actually put two and two together. Like when you watch people make content they've never made before or talk about things that other people have already brought to the light and they're simply just repeating. But this is why I love having my channel as well, because I don't have to be scared of calling people out for repeating, well, what they're on my page lurking to present as their own information. And like I said, the internet always leaves the best receipts. And I love to show my own. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, these have been my videos for the past, as you can see, 3 days. Okay, and as you can tell, okay, I also talk about voodoo dolls. Okay, I talk about people repeating my content, and it's not religious psychosis. You made a pact with unclean spirits, and so on and so forth. But I also made a video called Unwhitewashing the Origins of Halloween and Witchcraft in General. If you're not from the South, hush, okay? But I also, okay, made a video where I was giving reverence, okay, to our voodoo gods and goddesses by also, okay, painting my face in a very tribal way to give reverence for the rituals I was preparing to do. Now, if you go back and look at certain people's fake ass content, it's based in repeating nothing more than the things I've already brought to your attention. So imagine when people are pretending, okay, the doll in the church basement and talking about the South all of a sudden is something they thought to do for themselves after coming to my content and my videos once again and always doing what you guys love to watch people do. Steal content they can't come up with because what they are fakes and snakes. And I said what I said. So if you want to sit here and act like you don't get it, that's cool. But as I stated before, okay, if you're not from the South, shut up. Okay, so you're welcome to go check out Fake Witch Yaya, okay's channel, and watch how she does nothing more than repeat, okay, the content I've been giving you for the last 5 days to a week, including, okay, the content I gave you when I said, if you're not from the South, shut up, because that is the origins of hoodoo and voodoo. Also, okay, these are the same people who sit on here pretending they have all the keys to the streets and all of this wisdom, yet still come on my little channel and repeat, okay, my content. But as I said, one good thing about having a channel for real and how YouTube post is if you look at my videos, you can check and see how many days ago I post my content. And then you can always go check the people that are repeating my same content after I post it. Okay, they should do like Sovereign Woman and other people and try to quickly put it in the same day, you know, within an hour or two, so they can pretend they came up with it too. But they can't most of the time. They're too busy trying to masquerade, well, as the beautiful BBW, okay, who is always more centered and aligned than they are. Okay, so thanks, Black Witch Yaya, for repeating my content and pretending you did it better. But maybe actually get a connection so you can stay off of my channel. So you can actually have connections of your own and stop trying to cosplay our spirituality. Okay, you are no witch, you are of no coven, you are of no spirituality that is acknowledged in the elite realm. Okay, so please stop cosplaying and please stay off my channel repeating nothing more than the same videos I've done. Well, cosplaying them and putting them in long form. Of the origins of Halloween and witchcraft in general. Okay, it doesn't sound better when you do it. Okay, and trying to sound like Mother Goose, reading content from other people and adding a fake twist to it doesn't make it sound exotic in the least, if that's where you were going for. Okay, and you can stop trying to cosplay, okay, our spirituality and our dark magic, because, well, doing Chucky faces and drawing art on yourself like you're the bride of Chucky or something is not us. Okay, very, very cheap, very sleazy, very you don't know what the fuck you're doing, very performative, like all of you guys, which is why you're trying to repeat my content, because you're not a witch. Okay, but give reverence. Okay, because I will continue to give you more content to prove you're not a real witch, which is why every time you get some real content, you know y'all are the first people lurking to write it down and steal it. Okay, but as I said again, I'm glad you enjoyed my Day of the Dead, okay, facial makeup that I was using for a ritual that you decided, hey, let me amp it up a little bit and add me some Chucky makeup to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about while repeating the very same things you just heard in my videos, dear. For the past, what, 5, 6 days now? And before then too, like I said, a lot of y'all favorites are nothing more than fakes and snakes who love to go shopping, love to sell their coochies and pretend they have the aesthetic of spirituality, but what they're selling is an image. Okay, and it's usually an image they're getting from people like myself because, well, they're not really connected to anyone or any coven. So the only thing they can do is repeat my content all the way down to the fact that you've never mentioned voodoo dolls on your channels or anything about them. You can't bless a jar when you haven't been given authority to bless a thing. Okay, so imagine selling blessed candles and you're a cursed person. That's cute. Which is why the people that follow you, okay, get nothing from you more than the fact that they're following someone that has a lot of followers. Just like Jesus. False power, false authority, always looking and roaming in places where you find real authority because you have none. Okay, nor will you ever be given any. And I said what I said, because one thing about truth, baby, a lie don't care who tell it, but the truth does, which is why you can only repeat the content of people like myself after, okay, we come along and prove that you're not connected in the spiritual realm. That's why this says 1 day ago, not 5, not 4, not 3, not nope. 1 day ago, they be needing quite a bit of time to come on here and fix their lies to make them sound sophisticated. But imagine all the people who still going for this. Look at all the 13,000 people who are still believing that a fake witch has real authority while she's repeating my real content. But like I said, you guys will catch on real quick. If I'm not making new content, most of these bitches ain't got nothing to repeat but TikTok videos of people having their own spiritual experiences. Let me tell you about the woman who's working at a nursing home and this person, yeah, you have nothing more than stories to share because you're not connected to anything. So like I said, good job on playing Mother Goose with my content and pretending you just came up with something out of thin air, all the way down to all of a sudden wanting to do your makeup. In a very not you type of way, dear. You can stick to the fake, leveled up glamour witch thing. Okay, stick to that. Okay, don't get into areas where you start telling on yourself too much, dear. Okay, all the way down to your clip-ins. Don't do it. Okay, I'm one of those people. Okay, and I say again. Okay, I don't care about none of that. If you're going to repeat content, give reverence. Okay? Give reverence to the people, okay, who have been ordained with authority enough to even share wisdom with you. Okay? Because a lot of us don't have to do it. We don't get fake leisure, okay, off of being on here telling the truth. Only people like yourself do, which is why you always come on here trying to tell everybody else's truth. In long form, and usually it goes through like a grapevine. You add your twists and your bullshit to it to where people still are spiritually misconstrued because you don't know what you're talking about due to your lack of connection. So I say again, please do find some content and stay off my channel, you dumbass black bitches pretending to be witches. Please do. Okay, find you some content, find you a personality. Okay, stop copying white women. Okay, stop trying to copy your beautiful, lovely BBW self, me. Okay, go find you some people to copy who reflect your sell coochie image. Okay, and pretending you getting it off of some real power. I said what I said. Okay, this ain't Little House on the Prairie, bitch. This is darkness on darkness. Okay, and a lot of you guys ain't made for it, which is why you keep trying to add a whole bunch of whitewashed light to our darkness. Stop doing it. Okay, y'all. Okay. Okay, fake witch y'all, please. And the rest of you bitches who are still out here pretending that you have words of wisdom when you're nothing more than former church girls, okay, who leave the church and go to another extreme you still aren't initiated or familiar with. You just pretend to be the same way you go to black churches and pretend to speak tongues, pretend to shout, pretend to, yeah, that type of deal. I'm not one of those. And as you can see, I'm forever going to give you real content because I'm not a fake bitch like you. Okay? The authority of my bloodline is real. Go get you some, baby. Okay, go get you some. Clean up your aura, clean up your ancestral menstruation. You look young enough, you're still bleeding. Okay, clean up your ancestral DNA because I'm guessing you've never done that before. Out of all the whitewashed rituals you've probably done, because you are a closet fake witch, you would know how to clean up your bloodline enough to create things in your aura and in your real life that actually manifest and you don't have to sell a lie. Imagine when you're still trying to sell a lie because, well, there's nothing real in you, especially, okay, being a spiritual bloodline. This is actual natural selection at its finest, and you have not been chosen. Okay, I said what I said. Maybe your YouTube background and plaques have gone to your head, okay, but you're still not a real witch to women who will absolutely ride you if they have to. Like I told you, we don't ride brooms over here, we ride people. Get your ass rode if you want to. Okay? You're welcome. And I mean that with all the authority of my higher likeness. Some people need to learn this is not the church. You can't play with everybody who's not playing. We're not your sissified preachers and teachers. Okay? That's not us. We don't need you to re explain our pronouns or any of that over here. Okay? Stop playing with real spirituality, sweethearts. That is why there's so many women who are being led astray and have bad experiences because they're listening to dumb closet witch bitches like you. And I said what I said. It's not anyone being rude. It's not anything other than you being humbled by people, okay, who can literally call your bluff, because that's what it is. And your bluff happens to get called even more when I'm the person you're bluffing. I don't have no reason to lie to you, for you, through you. There's nothing I need from you. So I have no reason to come here and do anything other than tell the truth about, well, find you some content, stay the fuck off my channel. If you're gonna come on my channel and use content, give reverence. If not, I'll make sure people come watch your fake ass be fake. Okay, because you know one thing about people in the internet, after being exposed, a lot of people see you differently. But what about the people who never know that you're pretending to begin with? Because a lot of people don't have the spirit of discernment. They've long given that away when they walk around with these whitewashed ideologies, okay, and craft reports, okay. A lot of these people think this shit is Harry Potter. Very much not. Okay, this is not love and light. This is not, okay, magical funny things that don't exist for real. And that's why most of these people are here telling stories, okay, and not truth. Okay, you can't tell truth. You can't teach people how to get in alignment when all you know is you like the aesthetic, but you haven't been given the acknowledgement. Okay, so stop using whitewashed things and trying to act like white women with your love and light to get my points across. I'd very much prefer if you keep our real spirituality out of your puppeteer hands who don't care about inclusivity or exclusivity, because I am not inclusive. Stop coming to my channel and putting white folks in business I'm not putting them in myself. Okay, if you want to be whitewashed and sell, okay, yourself short because you're already doing that and still not getting shit from it, okay, do that. But stay the fuck off my channel trying to repeat real content to white folks and other crackers and non-black people who don't need to know our motherfucking business, bitch. Okay, if they need to find my channel, they'll find it. They're not needing to find our spirituality and our real, okay, deep roots and knowledge based off of the fact that you're a fucking sellout who wants white people and random people to think you're a high level witch and you're not. Okay, we know you want to be a part of the ugly witch club who where white women ride brooms instead of people. Cool. All the way down to your chunky kinky clip ins that you think keeps us from knowing that's not your real roots, baby. It's okay. At least you have some parts of you you're still trying to keep pure. But when you get through, the aesthetic is not enough. You still need acknowledgement. So stop playing with our spirituality for the sake of entertaining white folks and non-black people, bitch. I said what I said. Okay? While you over there pretending we ride brooms, I will come ride you, bitch. Because you know real witches ride people. Get that ass rode, like I said. I have no reason to play with people. Okay, I don't even have kids to play with, and I choose not to. Okay? So I'm not gonna play with you either. You're old enough to know better. And in a world full of people who always want to play imitators and cosplayers, I have no need for black people to still be coming on my channel, stealing my real content meant for black people and inclusivity and trying to give it away to white folks for free. It ain't for them. Okay? So stop trying to make it everything entertainment, bitch. Our spirituality is not entertainment for these white folks and non-black people. Okay, this ain't the fucking church. You may need to find a new disposition if you think you're gonna come over here and repeat content that's not made for the snakes and fakes and fake witches who follow you. Okay, white witches don't follow me. I'm not white, nor do I have anything that is for people who do not have my blood lineage in any way. So stop coming on my channel, repeating my content, and understanding that witchcraft is from the South and you can only be a person of real roots from the South to talk about these things. You don't have to like me. You will respect me and you will stay your monkey ass off my channel playing games for the sake of entertaining these motherfucking non-colored people. The fuck wrong with y'all dumbs want to be seen and validated asses? That's what the internet is for, to keep showing you how vain a lot of these dumb black unseen bitches feel in a world where they have to mock and pretend everything to get an image. The eyes never lie. Y'all better start looking people in they lying ass eyes and see when people are playing with your level of knowledge and discernment. It didn't take, okay, cosplaying and getting your RuPaul on to come on here and tell a story that you took off my channel, okay, and used for content and dressed it up like it's a goosebump story. Okay, it ain't scary. Ain't nothing scary about the truth. You try to make the truth and comedy and your artistry come together because you don't have any truth. The truth ain't about artistry. I said what I said. Nor do you have a craft. What is your craft? I'll wait for it. What is your craft? Talking? Being manipulative? What is your craft? Name one piece of sorcery you could actually do. Can you make the lights go off without touching them? Can you speed travel personally? Can you go from this side of the room to the other? Speed traveling? What can you do as a sorcerer? What is your source that makes you a witch? You have none. Stop lying to people. I don't have a problem calling bitches out for lying because this is why they think they pussy have power till they find out it don't. Okay, because people lie to them all the time and they lie to themselves even more. I said what I said. Y'all gonna get enough for playing and being in places where you don't need to roam. Okay, stop repeating content that ain't got nothing to do with you. If I wanted to come here, okay, and put on for white folks because I want to be entertaining, I would come here and do that. I'm not here to put on to entertain white folks. My spirituality is not made to be performed for white people. So stop coming on my channel talking about voodoo dolls and shit that ain't got nothing to do with white folks and repeating it like someone asked you, like it's something necessary for their survival and yours. There's plenty of other things you could talk about. Talk about the things that concern you and the things you know how to do before your ass have a face, okay, and a doll of your own over here. Okay, don't dare come online and forget what these portals allow. You can't change your face now. You wouldn't even have the authority and power to know how to do it. Okay, you're not a skin shifter. You're a fake sorcerer, dear. Don't ever come on here and forget. And I'm gonna say again, find somebody to play with who is a fake closet witch like you, who doesn't come from bloodlines where certain sorcery is really in your blood like you. Okay, and stay the fuck off my channel trying to repeat my real content to the white people and snakes and fakes who stay on your content, okay, looking for something to steal and cosplay from you. Okay, my spirituality ain't for cosplaying. And if you want to come here and be a part of this community, you're going to have a level of respect for yourself and self-preservation, high levels of it. So obviously you don't know what that looks like, which is why you obviously can't tell. It's very easy to get your spiritual receipts for people based on how they move when it comes to dispersing knowledge that ain't really knowledge. It's ego. So stop trying to let your ego get you caught up, baby. Okay? Because that's exactly what it's going to do. And like I said, um, I'm actually quite nice. Okay? But there are many other people who are not going to be as nice for people like yourself who actually perform voodoo as well. Okay? And if you understood that, you would remember that your real face is on here and your real name is nothing more than a yellow page away. Okay? Stop playing with people's real spirituality for some content, baby. Make you some fake content. Do like the other folks that's fake. Okay? And go find fake stories to repeat. Oh, this guy was talking to a ghost. Okay? My house is haunted. Go do stuff like that. Okay, everybody don't want to be inclusive with a spirituality with non-black people and black people who are snakes and fakes. Okay, and pretenders like yourself, baby doll. Okay, we don't need a fancy mic. We don't need any of this stuff. We don't need any of the fake plastic, okay, whitewashed DIYs in your background. We don't need that. Okay, that's not real spirituality. It's just what you think spirituality looks like to people who are not spiritual. Okay? And I say again, please do stay off my channel repeating our real spirituality content that is not for white people, and I do not advertise it to them either. Okay? You're going to get a lot of people deleted, okay, unnecessarily because you want to repeat content that ain't for them. Okay? And a lot of y'all are going to be cosplaying that you're from the South, knowing damn well you're not from the South. And it ain't hard for us to tell because y'all energy is always off when it comes to repeating our content from the South and then acting like somehow, some way, y'all weirdly placed black asses are coming to the conclusion now you remember the South. If you haven't been claiming the South and you have no South ancestry for real, shut the fuck up acting like you know about the church and the dolls and this type of life. It's not in you. You're not a spiritual bloodline. If you were, you would be breaking apart from it. Okay, to go back to your real spirituality, not on here acting like you're the new Aphrodite, which is whitewashed ideology in the first place. These whitewashed black women are still on here pandering to y'all witchcraft through the lens of fake white women level up Eurocentric content. Okay, I said what I said. This ain't even Black Witch vibes. I said what I said. This is I want to be a white woman. I want to be validated by white people. I want to be seen as a witchy person. Okay, those are the vibes. Okay, because real witches need not none of these things nor want them in their backgrounds, vicinities, and so on and so forth. And I can absolutely explain to you all of the things in this background that is wrong with someone who claims to be a black witch. You're welcome to stay tuned because one thing I love to do is expose people who are playing a dangerous game of leading people astray. Leading people astray like this gets people killed, and because it doesn't feel like it comes back on these people directly, it still does create bad karma for you, your kids, your bloodline, because you're purposely leading people astray. You are. You're not a witch. You're not from a bloodline of witches, nor are you from the South. Please stop playing with our spirituality and please stop trying to advertise my Southern content for Southern black people to these fucking whitewashed hunkies and other people who just want our identities to disrespect us and try to use our own craft against us. Have you not have enough of that in your life as a black person? No, because you're exactly the type of black people I be trying to tell people and warn them about. You are a whitewashed black person who wants the approval and validation of white people. There's nothing about you that is exclusive to the black community, meaning you will give whatever you need to anybody who's here to pay, stay, give you fake compliments, tell you you're fake pretty, and so on and so forth. And it's not real. Let them see how you look with no makeup on. Let them see how you look with no clip-ons in. Let them see how you are for real. You can't because you're leading with the aesthetic that you are the token black girl, and you're not. Token black girls don't spend all their time building a brand on YouTube that is not your brand. You get nothing from it either. It's okay, you can hate me. Truth hurts. And a lot of these people aren't even Americans, they're the cosplayers. Y'all know a lot of these Africans and fake Caribbeans who ain't never went home once in their life. They love coming over here pretending they are our voodoo practitioners and things of the nature because they know it's not enough black people in the African American, black American community, okay, before they brought Africans into it, okay, who actually know where they come from. But there are enough of us who know where we come from, and a lot of our grandmothers and great greats and so on and so forth know it too. So you can't come on here and play in everybody's face like this. It's only able to play in people's faces, maybe a flower tower, people like that. Okay, people who act like they love Africa and places they never fucking been or lived, who are destiny swapping and tethering to you. Those are the people who love people like this. Okay, there ain't nothing real spiritual about them. If it was, they'd be able to shift the energy in their own environments and countries. They can't because it's not real. And it's not real because they haven't been given authority to make anything real and manifest it. They don't walk on top of the roots that cause that. That's why most of them are trying to get here. Okay, I said what I said, and you don't have to be offended every time people tell the truth. Just stop trying to steal content and make it inclusive. That's my biggest problem. If I'm not on here advertising that I want to be a Muppet and a puppet with y'all to get some content, to have white people, hi, I love you, I'm subbing. I'm not here for subs. I'm here for my tribe and my tribe only, my spiritual tribe. So I'm not here to sell people stuff that ain't for sale. My spirituality ain't for sale. And shame on y'all black women who are still out here letting fake Southerners and people who want to be from the South pretend they are our voodoo practitioners. Then when they meet a real one, okay, they can't do nothing but repeat my content because they know I'm not playing. But at the same time, this is why a lot of the people who seek, okay, spiritual guidance from me, I give it to them privately because there are so many snakes and fakes like this. You'd be surprised the people who are watching your channels who would never say so or let it be known that they're watching you. But imagine having so much following supposedly and you're still watching people who barely have 1,000 subs for your real content. What does that tell you about authority, and what does that tell you about people who never really have it? Because I have more people in the black community who are still coming to my channel, repeating my content, and still not one of them will do a mention. Ain't that something? Imagine still being, okay, scared of being persecuted, okay, or doubted by the black community before giving reverence to someone you know you're getting your reverence and knowledge from. That's crazy. You still will talk about Jesus. You still will come on here and talk about other people in the South that you don't know, have no connection to. Or y'all will come on here and talk about the same things you're getting from your real practitioners and still give credit to yourselves, and you wonder why you can't, okay, uphold a craft or do anything in sorcery that requires real frequency. Okay? You're the people, you'll be the last person to call if you didn't have anything but your body to use because you're not even cool with your flesh for real. You can't even be honest with it. Imagine not being able to be honest with your flesh about who you get your knowledge from and give reverence. That's the best part about giving reverence to blood directly as women. You give reverence directly to the blood of that bloodline of that woman. Okay, men are cleansed through the bloodline of their women. Imagine meeting a cleansed bloodline woman and you're still over here trying to pretend to be her instead of learning how to cleanse yourself and give reverence. Okay, give your respects and learn how to do things properly. The reason why a lot of these females can't be women is because they're too busy acting like men. They want to pretty much conquer, divide and conquer. Okay, I want to divide you from having real truth from this person because I want all your attention on me. It's vanity. Okay, not wanting real people to be seen for their real craft is why people like this come on here and repeat my content. And like I said, you're welcome to go check out Black Witch Yaya and check out the video she made one day ago where she's doing nothing more, okay, than subbing up, making a fake story about all of the things I just talked about. And if you didn't know, this was a public live stream. I private them after I do with them because people like this are always stealing content. And like I said, if you're not from the South, hush. Okay, a lot of these people still will sub to my members only, steal content and repeat it back because they need content so bad to prove they're a fake witch. Okay, so imagine when you still on here repeating all my content from the last 5, 6, 7 days as if I don't know my own content. And I know that you're not initiated. Being a part of a coven for black women is damn near like being a part of a gang on a real live state level. Okay, you know who's an actual witch and you know who's not. You damn near know the last names of women who are part of witchy bloodlines as well. So for myself, it's very, very sad when you watch women who know they're pretending still trying to pretend in your face. It's sad. Okay, I said what I said. But it's not sad enough. I'm finna sit here and be quiet about it. Stay off my channels. Okay? Stay off my channel. Okay? And if you're gonna come on my channel and repeat my content, make sure you give reverence and make sure you're telling these white folks that what I'm talking about is not for them. And these non-black people who like to repeat, okay, the Day of the Dead and things like that, which is our voodoo culture, make sure you tell them it ain't for them either. That's why they can't do nothing but curse themselves. I said what I said. And for people like this, Black Witch Yaya, you're doing the same thing, baby. Okay, you're doing nothing more than cursing yourself every time you come on here pretending to be in an alignment you're not of. You're not of it. Okay, and like I said, the same way I'll ride anybody else, bitch, I'll ride you too. Okay, I'm not a fake witch. I don't ride brooms. I will come see about you too. Okay, don't make me have to do that. And I'll say again, everything is not for white folks. Stop looking for a few views and a few likes as a way to sell yourself short so that you can get some fake validation from these portals. There's no validation in these portals, sweet pea. I know you don't understand that because you're still cosplaying your spirituality, but I'll say again, seek help of the highest kind if you think this is going to actually allow you to manifest for real. Okay, your wall has been near. That's why you can't come on here at your age or your size, barefaced and everything else. No, you have to come on here pretending. Okay, a lot of people's femininity has been faded, and it ain't glamour magic. Okay, it's coochie selling magic because you're still in the business of trying to sell sex, and it's never sold for you. I said what I said. So when a lot of women who can't sell sex are getting older or getting tired or washed up, you know what they do? They turn to witchcraft and pretend they are the craft. And they're not. They're very much so the joke of the craft, which is why no woman of real coven is going to be around them, surround them, speak for them, okay, and so on and so forth. And there's not a single spirit that they can actually put you in alignment with that acknowledges them enough to bless their bullshit. None. Okay? Their mothers either. That's why they'll come on here and tell you these sad sob stories. Where did you gain your power from it? No, their power and superpowers come from pretending and having what you would call, okay, an actual, well, I like to call it a, I guess you could say an aesthetic, okay? Because they're selling an aesthetic, and because that's the only thing they can sell. Stop trying to sell aesthetic, and just do the things you need to cleanse your bloodline and be actually acknowledged. Okay, at that point, you'll probably come on here and stop getting your RuPaul on, okay, and lip syncing for your life, all the things you heard in my previous videos. Okay, you're gonna make it. You'll be all right, maybe. But if you keep repeating content that I know I'm not making for people to be inclusive with, I'm going to have to come see about you in a way I don't want to, but I will touch your whole bloodline, kids included. Okay? So take that how you want to. Okay? But I don't make content to be inclusive, so you're not going to force me to be inclusive where I already told you I'm not. Okay? You're welcome. And this is a problem with a lot of black people in the first place, always trying to be inclusive with the snakes and fakes who use these portals to watch you unnecessarily anyway. Why what sense would that make to come to a real priestess's channel and repeat my content? Knowing spiritually how the algorithm is going to work for me compared to you. Okay, I'm not here for the algorithm to play with me. I make the algorithm come to me the way I need to. Who's playing with me? Who needs to be atoned? I said what I said. And obviously, Black Witch Yaya, okay, you couldn't get away with repeating because what's for people to see, they're going to see. Think of it. Okay? And I will say again, stay off my channel playing dumb like you're a real witch. Okay? Please don't get exposed. Don't get your whole bloodline exposed and your whole fake aesthetic. Please try to keep your brand. Okay, keep your brand if you ever wanted one. Please do. Okay, because the way a lot of y'all be on the internet for real, on your socials and all these other places, dating websites and other things like that, all the way down to your tricking history, some of y'all need to be very careful about coming online pretending that your source of power is witchery. Okay? You're nothing more than a couple clips away, a couple clicks away from people seeing the same profiles you guys built up, posted your pictures of. Nobody's going to steal these things. Nobody's going to recreate them. It's not AI, it's you. Okay? So, please keep your following and your audience and stop trying to repeat shit that's going to get you exposed even more for being fake. Just pretend you're real in peace and stay off my channel, okay? You're welcome. Have fun continuing to pretend, okay? And for the people that get it, you better be careful about listening to these fake closet witches because most of them are doing nothing more than repeating, okay, whitewashed ideologies, concepts, and so on and so forth, all the way down to using sage wands. You can use literally plain bay, okay? Plain bay leaves are a better sage wand than any sage you could ever find, but you wouldn't know that because most of these fucking fake closet witches don't know themselves. They're too busy playing with the aesthetic of spirituality. Be careful who you listen to. You guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay, and like I said, Black Witch Yaya. Okay, fake witch Yaya. Stop playing with me, ho. Okay?